Sticking in the vein of product ownership, many people say, how do we craft a product or service that's so good that people just say, I am compelled, this is absolutely what I need? How do we get that kind of turnaround from people who may be shopping for a product or service or who may not even know they need our product or service, but we want them to just say, that's the one? How do we make that connection? There's so many different sales opportunities out there. If I get less than 3 or 5 of these a day, it's crazy. I get people out there. We can increase your podcast listenership by 8,000%. We can set up 52 cold calls a day for you. We can get you in a funnel system, and we can do multi-level. And oh my goodness, have this person on your podcast as a guest, and you'll never have to have another guest again because they'll get so many people listening. It's nuts the number of things that I see. So now that I'm putting it all together, I think about a small company. Let's just talk about like a startup company. They made all the cold calls, sent the emails, built a landing page, ran the ads. All the interest is there. People just aren't buying your product or service. I have been here. I have done this. I have paid for Google Ads and gotten significant traction. I've done all kinds of things on LinkedIn. I've been so busy trying to generate. But why are people not ready to buy? Why are people not there? And here it is. This took a lot this is a hard pill for me to swallow. It's called Eat Crow. It's probably because your offer sucks. Now, I do want to point out, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that everything sucks. A great offer can make business super easy, but you need to be able to properly craft and articulate this offer so that it's something people can't refuse. It's something that people say, hey, I want this more than anything in the world. It puts your business in easy mode. Everybody remember the easy button? That's easy. It puts everything in easy mode for you. So let's draw a picture. I love to use examples. So let's draw a picture real quick. Your offer is so irresistible that you never have a client acquisition problem ever again. Everything you do becomes easy. You get to charge way more. You get to provide for a better experience, and people advocate for your business. You can sleep peacefully knowing that acquiring customers is no longer a concern. Hiring salespeople becomes simple because even novice salespeople can sell and close on your product or service. The question, the $6 million question is, how on earth do we get there? How can we get to that point? If you're asking those questions, I hope that can break this down into a few steps that will help you craft an offer that's so good that everybody's going to say, yeah, let's line up. Let's go. Let's do this. I don't want to waste any more time. I want to be part of what you got, and I want to be part of it now. Okay. So I think the first step is to make sure that you're selling what people want. So before we start, I recommend that you take some notes, get a pen and paper if you need to. These are things you're going to want to remember and want to write down. And I'll put them in the show notes, of course. So as rudimentary as this sounds, you must focus on selling what people want and not what you perceive or think they want. And sometimes people just don't want more value. Remember, value is in the eyes of the beholder. So you may be selling, think about it this way, and this is a good analogy. I've heard somebody tell me this once. You may be selling an orange, but sometimes people just want the peel, and that's okay. With that being said, let's figure out what your leads want, what your people want, truly what they're starving for. There's so much research out there that you can follow, but I think the first thing you need to do is develop a comprehensive feature and benefit list. Take your time with this. Don't rush. It should take some time, and you need to allow time for it to break down features, what it is, define them. What is the benefit? Define it. Build a chart with a feature on one side and a benefit on the other. Write the features for your product or service and a coinciding benefit for each one. To make it even better, ask your customers what benefit or features they've noticed with your offering and see what they talk about. This is the orange peel that I was referring to earlier, because sometimes you don't even realize that that's what the people want, but that's what they're asking for. You may find that your customers only care about 1 or 2 core benefits that you offer instead of 600. The more you talk about those 1 or 2 things, the easier it's going to be for you to sell your product. So if you're trying to create a features and benefit list, do it in such a way that you're appealing to the needs of what the consumer wants, and take their direct feedback as a literal guideline to get you there. Then it's time to craft your offer. So when you start ideating on your offer, you need to know what your product or service is, what the current price is, who your target consumer is, and then how do they go about buying it. So if you think about it, this is the traditional elevator pitch to Jeffrey Moore for our target customer who is struggling or suffering from this problem. Our product or service is this type of product or service that provides a key benefit or compelling reason to buy it. Unlike our competitor's product or service, ours is this much different and better for this reason, right? And it can be purchased right here. And I think that that is the key. So if you're thinking about making this big, hairy, bodacious offer and you're trying to get things down, you need to make sure that you're tuning into what people's exact frustration is. So here's a perfect example. My air conditioning went out in Florida not too long ago. Let me tell you, no air conditioning, summer, Florida, not pleasant, right? But if I read something that said, quote, "We guarantee that we can make your home comfortably cooler than ever before, or we provide our work for free." Holy cow. That got my attention, right? I'm confident in their delivery, and I'm confident that they're going to do what they say. Because if they're willing to put their own money behind it and say, "I'll buy your system if not," that tells me that they're going to do a fantastic job, right? Now, I'd still go out and check recommendations, but you get my point. The gist of this is you need to make it that compelling, right? So, and like I said, after a quick search on Google, you'll quickly realize, okay, no other company, no other HVAC company, especially in Florida, has that kind of offer or that kind of thing to say. So it's safe to say that I'm good to go. But you need to make sure that your offer has great copy, that you have a great website, that any ads you're running are compelling and hit on those challenging things, and that you have good landing pages and funneling tools to keep track of everything that you need. You need to justify rationale. You have to have a credible reason for why you're offering this ridiculous proposition. If you're running ads for a free checklist or a free report, your offer can be tailored just to those folks. But if you're offering something that's just wham, you need to make sure that people understand why they need that thing, right? So if you're trying to figure out who you're appealing to, there's a social media guy, Hermosi, and he says, quote, that you need to provide extreme value, that you need to always, always, always lead with value, and if for every 9 times you provide value, then only 1 time you can ask for something in return. And what I can tell you is you got to show people what they need. Don't tell them. Don't tell them why your product is a steal at the listed price. It could be you work with thousands of people. Additionally, you can put a quantifiable value in each part of your service or product. So a good example of that, I've seen a landscaping company that said, free estimate, $99 value, 10 trees planted, $199 each value. Full gardening and lawn care, $1,497 value. Edging and weed whacking, $497 value. All of this today for the low, low price of $1997 and over $4,100 value. Now, I'm not a landscaper, so I have no idea if those values are perfect. But when I read that, that just makes sense to me. That resonates. It sounds good, sounds right, sounds compelling. It makes me want to, chime in. If you're trying to do it in the form of a funnel, you should always lead in with what's in it for you. And then show them, spell it out. Put a checklist together with giant green checks on it. And make sure you point out, this piece, $2,000, this piece, $400, this piece, $297. Today, all this can be yours for $0, right? And make sure you point out what the real price is. And don't be deceptive in your pricing. Offer an introductory low price offer. Offer a free consultation or estimate to help people figure out what they need to do. Don't be afraid to offer bonuses. This is so brutally important. A lot of times I say, hey, if you do this and you go through this program, I can throw this extra widget in for free. In the South and Louisiana, we always loved to do this. We had a name for this. We called it lagniappe. It was always something extra for what you did. And people absolutely adored getting something extra. And I think the other big piece of this, the last big piece, is to make sure you have some type of quality guarantee for your work. This is the primary reason why your business will explode. You need to make sure that you're telling people, hey, not only do we have this, but we offer the best guarantee in the industry that if you don't like this, it's 100% reimbursable. I mean, if you can get that type of guarantee out there, people won't hesitate. I can tell you now, I'm a knock on wood. I've offered this guarantee 100% satisfaction for my classes for a long time. And do you know only one time I've been asked to give the money back? And the worst part was the person who asked me to give the money back probably should not have gotten the money back, but I happily refunded it to him anyway, just because of the you can't lose guarantee, right? 100% money back. Full risk free money back guarantee, the forever guarantee. And anytime you can put things that are rigid, like forever, and those type of things in there, people love to see that because they know that it's not just a one time thing. The last step is to create scarcity or urgency around what you're trying to do. Short time only, only a few seats left, less than 15% inventory. Those types of things are going to set you up so that you can better handle any types of objections. It's going to give you all of the keys that you need to be successful. And it's going to provide you with the tools you need to really just open the doors, open the floodgates, and let that work come pouring in. All right, now that I gave you all my sales secrets, that's going to do it. If you have an idea for an episode, learn more at AgileDad.com. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.